inside my room here at the Orleans. I'm gonna do a very quick room rundown. This room is not gonna take long at all. You know, I say this from time to time. In Vegas, it's about the room, but it's not all about the room. I can say pretty definitively and confidently that if there is any magic on this property, it is not going to be inside these walls. That is by design. I think not only by the property, but by me. I chose the cheapest room possible here on site. I've never been here before. I did not know what to expect. So to kind of mitigate some risk, I just picked the cheap room. Okay, let's get this room tour started so we can finish it and then really get to the action. We have a king size bed here, a little springy for my liking, but it's definitely not going to impede on a good night's sleep. You have a TV, you have a desk, and in this room, you have a sitting area. That's right, you have 2 pieces of furniture which are ugly. They were beat with the ugly stick for years, maybe even decades. They are so comfortable. In fact, I may end up actually sleeping on this couch instead of the bed. That is how amazing this couch is. And then as we move on into the bathroom, you have a single vanity which shares space with a closet, and then you have your toilet and shower and bath on the other side. So that is it for my room rundown on my entry-level king room here at the Orleans. I'm here for 3 nights. I've never been here. I'm excited. Let's do this. Andori is an Asian fusion place, and I loved it. It was fantastic. I would take this over some of the high-end places that you've seen on the channel, specifically Nobu. I would choose Andori over Nobu probably 99 out of 100 times. The only time I may consider Nobu is if my hypothetical model girlfriend, who is more brilliant than Einstein and funnier than Dave Chappelle, insisted and demanded I went. And even then, I'm not so sure. That's how much I love Andori. It is Asian fusion. It is half Chinese and half Japanese, full menu on each side. This thing read like a tax code. It took me like 15 minutes just to get through it. Ultimately, I decided on Chinese appetizers and then Japanese entrees. The sushi rolls were outstanding. Amazing for the price, but interestingly, the highlight of the night was not the food, it was the sake. It was sake mania. I had a couple different ones. I had an unfiltered pink sake that tasted like a strawberry banana smoothie. That was out of this world, but that was even one-upped by the Jello shot sake. I, for some reason, thought it was gonna be like Jello flavor, and then I took a shot out of it out of the can. Apparently that's how you're supposed to drink it traditionally. I don't know. They said drink it right out of the can, and I did, and it was rancid. Well, it was rancid in texture. It was Jello inside there. So I squeezed it out, took it down. Jello sake shots? Yes, please. So I said I was feeling it a little bit, and I won a little bit. It's all about feel. It's always good to be feeling good going into gambling than to be feeling bad. I don't think it ever hurts to be feeling good going into a session. I wasn't feeling it the other time. I think it was Sahara, I talked about that. Definitely had a good feeling into the slot room, and then when I walked in, that was confirmed because they had a bunch of diamond machines. If you follow the channel, you know that I have won at least a few times on those black diamond slot machines. And they didn't have a black diamond one here, but they had, I think, double diamond, triple diamond. They had a gold machine. Those gold machines have been treacherous for me. I have never won on them, so I'm staying away from those. Even though I do love that shiny gold medal, I'm off those gold machines. And then they had a pink diamond slot machine. So they did not have a black diamond machine, which I always play with conviction, but they did have a pink diamond one. Put in 50, and within a few spins, I was up to $250. You know, sometimes when a machine is hot, you got to continue to feed it. So I played another $50 or 10 spins. I dwindled down to 200, and then I promptly cashed out. So I netted 150, which means I am even pretty much for this trip, and hopefully we'll be able to take that momentum into my next and final hotel. So quick recap. Last night, amazing dinner. This morning, won on slots. I walked around the casino. I think the aura and the energy is awesome. And now I'm off to dinner. and I'm going to an oyster bar. You know I'm obsessed with oysters, and they have a place here called Big Al's. I can't wait to go check it out. All right, day number 3 here at the Orleans. I got to talk about Big Al's oysters. A bit bait and switch, a bit misleading. I feel if you have oysters in the name of the restaurant and then also use the plural name oysters, you should have multiple kinds of oysters available on the menu. Obviously, Big Al disagrees because he only had one. They were Blue Points. That's not my style. Again, I was a little disappointed, but my disappointment turned around very quickly, and that's because I started my night with a hurricane. Your night is going to turn around after a hurricane, whether you like it or not. After the hurricane, I had a couple different kinds of oyster shooters. So Big Al only has one type of oyster, but he has 5 different types of oyster shooters. I ordered the Creole Cajun one that was tequila based, and then I ordered the Bloody Mary one, which is vodka based. After that, I was feeling fine and I needed some food in my belly to kind of even out. I ordered the Cobb salad, which was unbelievable. And then I also ordered a cup of seafood clam chowder, which is the combination of the red and the white, the Manhattan and the Boston. It was otherworldly. I haven't had a cup of chowder that good in a decade. The drinking and the gluttony put me down for the count, so I woke up this morning, I went back to the Starbucks. It was such a different experience than yesterday. I got there early. I was up this morning at like 7:30, you'd be proud, and there was nobody there. So I basically had the place to myself, got my coffee right away. That was fantastic. And then I went to the gym this morning, and although the gym was, I'd say, average at best, the spa looks beautiful. It looked opulent. It was ornate. I felt like I was walking into a mini Bellagio. Now, I can't speak to how the spa services actually are, but if they were anything like the decor, they're probably really nice. So that leads me to right now. It is my final day, and I'm kind of running out of food options, especially because the steakhouse here is closed. My really 2 options are either a sports bar or TGI Fridays. All right, good morning. My final few minutes here at the Orleans. This trip has gone quite rapidly. I need to tell you if I will ever come back to this property again, who the property is for, who it isn't for, where the highlights are, and of course my overall rating of the place. Before I do that, I want to touch on dinner last night, TGI Fridays. Not a place you would expect me to go, but as I've relayed to you in the past, I quite enjoy just casual, easy breezy dining, and that is certainly what TGI Fridays is. There is a craft beer sports bar place here on site. It's called Bailiwicks. I did pop in there just for a brew at one point, but TGI Fridays, I think, actually had the wider menu, and surprisingly, it had the better drinks. If you want a beer, go to Bailiwicks. If you want some drinks and a wide menu, go to TGI Fridays. So I've not been to a TGI Fridays in a long time. I'm glad I went back. The drinks were surprisingly great. They had some craft cocktail drinks, which were cool, and then they also had a very, very wide menu. I did not remember the menu being that wide. So right off the casino floor, great place to recharge, re-energize, take a breather, get some food while you are taking in the gambling action. Okay, so the Orleans. This is not going to be a difficult analysis. This hotel knows who it is, it knows what it does, and it does what it does very well. I think that's why the locals love this place. It's off the strip. It's very easy to get to. The gambling here is outstanding. I am not the hardcore gambler that I used to be, but after all the time I've spent in all of these casinos, and really casinos around the country, I know a good casino when I see it. And the casino here is fantastic. They have everything you could want. One of the better poker rooms in the entire city. Slots galore, slots mania, slots everywhere. Tons of tables, a high stakes slot room, and the way the casino just floored it. This place is surprisingly large. If you were to drive up to this place, you would think it is kind of small. You might be actually disappointed upon first ocular glance. This place is large. The casino floor is huge. The bars are perfectly situated right in the casino. The energy and action is great. There is like a party spot called Mardi Gras. There are some quieter spots. And again, the place is really open. You have great lines of sight to see where you want to go. It is absolutely one of the better casinos, if not the best I've seen in Las Vegas. It's not going to wow you with its opulence. It's not going to be over the top luxurious. But if you want to focus on your gaming and gambling, and you're really not too concerned with the other festivities of the Strip, I think you need to give this place a very, very hard look. So if gaming is your sole focus and gambling is all that's really on your mind, this is going to be wonderful for you. Also, I couldn't help but notice, I mean, it's impossible not to notice, there were a ton of families here. Tons. Like more than I've ever seen at any other Vegas hotel, more than New York, and some of the other family-friendly ones that I've come across in my reviews. I'm not sure if it was just this weekend. I know there was a convention in town, and I know there was like a basketball sports tournament here, but there were kids. I mean, older kids, like they were 6'6", but like there were kids everywhere. So I'm not sure if this caters to the family crowd or to the convention crowd. It very may well, but they were everywhere here. And I guess that makes sense because if you want to come to Las Vegas and gamble and get away, but don't want to take your kids to the Strip, this would probably be one of the better casinos for that. So very, very, very family friendly. But if you do want to bring your kids here, there is a bowling alley, there is a movie theater, there is an arcade. Basically, the whole second level is dedicated to kids and to family entertainment. So if you do want to have a family-friendly Vegas vacation, I think you really need to consider the Orleans. So it's great for gambling, it's great for families, and I think if you want a no-nonsense Vegas vacation, this is the spot for you. If you just want to gamble, eat, drink, have an easy walk back up to your hotel room, you don't want to navigate a half-mile casino floor, and if you don't want to take an elevator all the way up to the 60th floor to get to your room, if you're tired of waiting on elevators and you're over big crowds, this is going to be for you. I mean, it's basically gamble, eat, sleep, repeat. Being located off the Strip, coupled with being a very approachable hotel, this is also going to be a very affordable option. The Strip is visible from this hotel, so if you are looking for a more budget-friendly, value-conscious place to stay, a place maybe where you just want a room to flop, this is going to be it for you. If you are someone that really wants your creature comforts of even a 4-star hotel, 4.5-star hotel, even a 5-star hotel, you are going to be extremely underwhelmed with this property. I don't know if I would consider these rooms even 4-star, but it is a place to flop nonetheless. So if the rooms are not very important to you, if the amenities and luxuries are not important, and you just want a place to flop that is within visible sight of the Strip, again, you may want to consider this hotel. But on the converse, I think if you're looking for the quintessential Vegas experience, you're just not going to get it here. You're going to be off the Strip. This hotel is not going to offer the amenities and the luxuries and the experiences and the attractions and the entertainment options you're going to find at basically any major casino. It's not set up like that. So if you are looking for your Vegas experience, if you only come to Vegas once or twice a year and you really want the full-blown experience, you're going to have to skip this hotel because it's not going to deliver at all in that aspect. Would I come back to this place? Probably not. I don't hate this place, not at all. Again, I only stay at the best hotels, at least in Vegas. I try to only stay at the best of the best, and I do consider this one of the better properties in Vegas. I just don't think I would have a reason personally to come back here. If someone asked me to meet them here for dinner, absolutely. If I was in the area, would I stop by? Yes. If I was working here for a convention or maybe had a family, yes, I'd come back. But with so many options in Vegas, at least for my lifestyle and what I'm looking for, this is not a hotel that I would plan on staying at again anytime soon. I liked it. I think it's a great value. I didn't hate the place at all. It delivered on everything it said it would, but overall, in totality, it's just a really average experience. For that, I'm going to rate it a 1. It's a base rating for me. Again, I only stay at the upper echelon hotels. Just for me to come here means it is a great place. But as I look at the other hotels here in the window and then remember where I am right here, this hotel is just really, really average.